It's just the whole way, isn't it?
Kitchen in. Could you get the kitchen in? Oh, Jan, what did I do?
I like that now.
Hanging off the end.
The lights reflect on my glasses. We're all right there, aren't we, I think? I think we're in there anyway.
All I can see is like torchlights.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's not good, is it?
Which light's doing that then? The big
Must be that one, but I bet it's too dark to turn that off.
It's not too bad. And there is another one up there, isn't there?
Yeah, but can you what's my glasses look like now?
Hang on, sorry. No, it's still doing it.
Oh, it must be that one.
It
Then.
must be that one. Let's turn that one off and put the other one back on.
Let's see first, see how dark it is. It doesn't make too much difference. I do think it's a bit dark, isn't it? Or is it that kitchen one?
It is, I think. It's the kitchen
That's
one
that
doing
one.
it. They all be doing it. Record it and see what it looks like. So it might be just the angle
It's
I'm
recording
sitting
now.
at.
It's been recording the whole time we've been doing
Oh,
it.
okay.
I
Have a little
didn't
look.
turn it off.
Have a little look then.
Why we both disappeared? I was facing that wall.
Maybe careful. Did it go to my clothes? The other day, I told Max and Chip. Oh dear.
No one there. It's funny now.
What's my hair look like? It's getting so long on the top. So now it's gone flacky.
Have you been blow dry? Hi.
Hello.
We are again in a different location.
Mm.
And I forgot to say, hi, I'm Jan.
No
Who are you?
idea who I am.
I think she's still Sharon this week.
I'm still Sharon.
Right. We've come to a different location, as I said, and we are in Angers. We've come because Sharon has a rendezvous at a local to here hospital. So we've decided to have a bit of a girls', what do you call it?
Night out.
In the UK they used to call it a beano or something.
A
didn't they?
beano.
A beano. But anyway, it's just the girls' night away basically. And Sharon's booked us in with this lovely place on Airbnb.
Very nice it is too.
Apart from the fact I will slot in a bit of video, but the stairs up to this apartment, we thought we was in a chateau for a minute there, but
Yes.
that's all I'm going to say. Now I'll slot in and
Yes.
you can see what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I did think perhaps we'd be trapped up here once we got up here.
Yeah.
But it does say on, all credit to them, it did say on their site that it wasn't suitable for people with disabilities.
No, there is that. Yeah, but
They didn't say anything about stupid old ladies.
yeah, I mean, I don't know why I just wouldn't have thought of that.
No.
But you should, logically, it would be because of stairs, because
Yeah.
there's nothing else here that would
No, it's
stop
all on one level
anybody.
once you get inside.
Yeah.
So.
It's
It's a lovely little apartment, isn't it?
And it's like a lot of our old towns in France, cobble streets, and some very narrow streets, and sometimes a little bit hilly, so we've been taking it steady. And it's nice. It'd be nice. We've got to get up fairly early in the morning for the rendezvous.
So my rendezvous is at 9:40.
Yeah, that probably doesn't sound very early to some, but when you don't know where you are and you've got to park the car or you've got to make allowances for finding it, it's literally only 4 minutes drive, so it's not far, but
it would have been at least a couple of hours from home, wouldn't it? So.
Yeah, so that's why we thought we're not going to get up that early to actually drive here, especially because the appointment time would encompass rush hour traffic as well, so we'd have had to leave it even more time.
Well, they do quite often say to you to arrive 10-15 minutes early.
Yeah,
because you have this kind of booking in thing that they do.
I suppose they do in any hospital, but in some ways it seems more of a palaver here because you have to go and let them know your insurance, if you've got insurance and all that, which is in the UK, you didn't have all that, did you?
Yeah.
So it's a little bit more paperwork to be done, and the French do like paperwork.
They bloody love it.
So we've come here, we've got a bottle of wine, we're going to go out to eat tonight, and we've already been to the boulangerie, and we've had a small quiche. They said it was a tart, but it was like a quiche, wasn't it?
It was like a quiche.
But that was nice. And I had a cake, I know we're talking cakes again. I had a nice cake with a nice crusty bottom, and the cake had a crusty bottom, and it was creme brulee top on it with cream, and then an apple base, which I wasn't expecting, but all I can say is there wasn't enough of it. It was delicious, and it still was quite big, but I thought it was never going to end.
Yeah, I had soggy bottom.
Oh, did you?
Well, it was an eclair, wasn't it?
They often are soggy bottom, don't they?
But it was very nice as well.
So we both have very different bottoms. So so that we've had that, and
it did motivate us to walk up the hill.
It did, yeah.
There was cakes involved. We thought we'd do it.
Yeah. So tonight we're doing another. Was it about an 8-minute walk? Isn't it? I think to the restaurant, and that looks like it might be very nice too. If I remember, I'll try and take some pictures and slot them in for you as well, so you can see what we ate. Other than that, back to our normal. So it probably sounds a bit echoey actually in here, doesn't it?
Echo.
But no, it's a lovely apartment. So I'll sort in pictures or the video I've taken to show you where we are. And I've already told Duncan it'd make a really nice short break for us.
It's very much so.
It's lovely. Yeah. So, how's your week been, Sharon?
Well, this week I've been bloody tired because of last week, the week before.
Oh, you came here a few days ago, didn't you? Which was tiring.
Oh yes, I was thinking about the UK.
Of course, yes. Been over to the UK again.
Yes, Fee, my middle child, not really a child, nearly 32.
She's still your child.
Was over here because they had some work in Rennes, which was good because it meant I could pick them up when they finished, and they had a few days with me, and then we travelled back to the UK because they were moving into their first owned flat. So after years of doing rental, they've got a little shared ownership flat in Salford, near Manchester, very near Manchester, part of Manchester. Don't know how you...
No, I don't know. Was it on the outskirts, maybe, of Manchester?
Yeah, but it's right next to Manchester United's football ground, so it's
okay.
Still in Manchester. Is it a suburb? Might be a burb.
Anyway, so she's got a very own place now.
Yeah, for the first time, which sounded straightforward, but the day we travelled, there'd been heavy snow overnight.
Yes. See, I mean, I did put in the message that we missed our podcast last week because we were hoping to get one recorded in time for last week, and I had to just move the videos up. So we haven't told you we did actually have snow.
Yeah,
that's very rare.
Yes,
and Sharon travelled on the snow day.
I did. I mean, Dieppe's 4 hours away in theory. I mean, it took us about 6, I think. But some of the roads, there was a road where I made a decision that really we had to turn back. So we turned back and found a different way, but it didn't stop snowing until about an hour from Dieppe, so it was quite tiring.
We haven't had it that heavy for a long time.
Years, I would have said. Yeah.
Some of you actually follow me on Facebook or Instagram, I did put up a short video of where it was snowing in the village.
Yeah, so that wasn't ideal. No. The trip and moving Fee into their flat was fine, and it's a lovely little place, and we enjoyed that. And then coming back, I did something quite ridiculous, travel-wise.
I can't remember what you done.
All in one day, I travelled down from Manchester.
Oh, that's right.
To Dover, just about 6 hours. I then got on a ferry, which is about an hour and a half, and then drove another 6 hours, if not more, from Dunkirk to home. And got home at 3 o'clock in the morning, which...
Was it as late as that? Why did it take so long? Was it still a bit... No, it wasn't snowy then, was it?
No, it was just... I mean, the ferry didn't get in till 9. By the time you get off and you get going. And then I had to take a short diversion to get some petrol in a hurry. And yeah, it was just very dark. In the back of my mind, I was thinking, if I do feel tired, I will stop and get a hotel for the night. You know, I'd already sort of thought that. But I was all right. And you get to sort of hour and a half from home and you think, I'm just going to keep going.
Yeah, see, I'm not keen on doing that length of journey on my own. And very rarely, I've only ever done it once or twice. It's not something I want to do, really.
No,
that's why I used to enjoy the plane when we could get the plane.
Yeah. So I was fine, but the next few days it caught up with me a bit.
Yeah, you don't expect it to hit you as much as it does, that's the thing.
Yeah. And yes, I came to Angers Hospital a couple of days ago for, was it Wednesday?
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was Wednesday for an MRI. I get really confused because they call it IRM here. Yeah. I can't forget which way around.
I can't remember what that stands for now, but it's much the same.
Well, I know what it is in English.
Yeah, exactly.
Magnetic resonance imaging, something like that, isn't it?
And it's probably the same. Just
it's probably image.
Like a lot of their word sentences and that, they're just a bit back to front compared to ours, aren't they?
Because I remember the guy saying to me, because I had to have the dye in my vein as well, you know, put the dye around you, and he said, have you had an IRM before? Because he went IRM, and I'm thinking, IRM, that's not a word I know. And of course he was just saying, have you had an MRI before? But yeah. And then he said to me, quite a little bit sarcastically, how long have you been living in France? I'm getting to the stage where I think I should cut it down.
Cut what down?
The amount of time I've been here.
Oh, right. So they don't think you or expect more of you. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Oh, no, I've only been here a couple of months. It's 4 years.
But whereas me, bragging, went to the doctors recently and she said to me, your French, madame, is very good.
Your French is very good.
And it does, just someone telling you that though, does make you feel a little bit more confident about trying again. So, yeah, anyway, we've, And
Jen will be coming in with me to see the doctor tomorrow.
Yes, well, Sharon's going to see the results of the ERM tomorrow, and I've got to attempt to understand him as well.
Yes.
We'll probably find out he's got perfect English, same old story, but it's support, isn't it? I'm there for support. So. Yes,
and I do know that Dr. Iliuta that's our GP, did put on the paper that my French wasn't very good.
Oh, did she?
Yes, bless her.
I think so. He's probably thinking, I've got to brush up on my English. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well...
So that was my adventures over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
What were you up to? You were naughty.
I know I didn't go to Chairfit again.
You didn't go to Chairfit?
Well, the snow day I didn't anyway, because that was cancelled.
No, we'll let you off that one.
And then the following week I was just a bit put off. Probably like you. I mean, I did used to go on my own, but I think you just sort of think you need someone to push you out the front door, don't you, in a way? Mm-hmm. So, but we did go this week.
You got tempted elsewhere, didn't you, last Thursday?
Oh yeah, I did get tempted to go. What did we do? I did a little bit of shopping, try and find you don't often find pies as the way we know pies in France, and for some reason a French person has opened a pie shop, which is a bit strange. So it took us a little while. So we went with Max to try and find this pie shop. And when we did get round to finding it, she didn't like the look of it, so we didn't go in. So we just went to the English shop so she could buy some pies there. But otherwise, we just had a coffee and a cake. And so I was tempted by that. What else have we done? At Duncan, I've just done the usual, been to the Chinese, been to the shops. Haven't done any Christmas shopping because I haven't really got much to buy.
No.
I only bought a few and that got sent over with Frank and David. They took a parcel for me. So, yeah, other than buying for ourselves, most I've done is I've bought turkey, sausages and some bacon and a few cakes and that for Christmas for us. But I haven't done an awful lot other than that has given me some time to catch up on some sewing.
Ooh.
And I keep forgetting to record it.
Silly woman.
So I'm taking
Do
photos.
you know you've got a channel?
Yeah, it's strange. I forget about that. No, I did manage to get a couple of videos up recently on the sewing. Well, it's not really sewing; it's upcycle, but mainly sewing. So I've done a couple recently, and I did start off recording about making this dress. And then when I made it, I forgot to put the camera on again. So it's
really looking forward
it's going to be
that.
Pictures of me talking about it, but it does make it a bit slightly shorter video, so there is that. And I've recently watched quite a few YouTubers that do sewing and knitting, and they do generally just talk about it, and they get so many views.
Yes. Yeah.
It's ridiculous, really, and
I watch a
I
couple
enjoy
of
watching
them.
it, so
Yeah,
I'm going to
yeah.
maybe try a bit of that as well.
I watch a couple of knitting ones when they go, this is what I've made
Yeah.
this month, or at this time of year, people often do this is what all the things I've made this year. So you can do one of those.
Yeah.
Show
Yeah, to
everything.
give it some thought.
Yeah.
The trouble is to say, again, I've had to say this before, having the two channels gets a bit frustrating and it's trying to think of things to record. But I've got a few ideas in my mind and we'll see. Again, I keep thinking about giving up, and then I think, no, I won't. Yeah. Especially when one of you says something really nice and I think, I can't. So
Can't let
anyway.
Betsy down. Or
No, exactly. But no, I know I've had it. Talking about going on to dreams, I know I've had a few weird dreams, but I can't necessarily remember what any of them are about. I do remember one of them was I was dying.
Oh,
That wasn't very nice.
No.
But it was really freaky because it was in the dream. They were saying that in the dream, you're going to die, and you sort of almost go into sleep very slowly. But I was going to sleep very slowly while I was still walking about.
Oh.
And then just fell over. It was really weird. I got up in the morning thinking, I am still here.
Yes. It's that sixth sense thing, isn't it?
Oh, don't. Yeah.
When he doesn't know he's dead, I always think.
Oh, that. Yeah. Am I still here? Am I here? No.
As usual, I'm talking to myself.
But what dreams have you had?
Well, I've got a long one and a very short one.
Okay.
So this one, I was attending a wedding which involved Robbie Williams.
Right, okay.
I think at the beginning he was a guest, and the people get married had taken over this hotel. Max and Julie were there. It was the end of the evening as the reception was finished. There were lots of posh people there as well. I don't know why, but there were. And we were like waiting outside for cabs and things like that to go home. Suddenly there was a fight in the road, and the like Deliveroo drivers or Uber drivers, and they have those boxes on the back of their mopeds.
Yes.
There was a man in the back of the moped box.
What, in that box?
In the box. But his head was hanging out and he was face down and he was driving and his face was on the road. So we were driving him away and he was getting all grazed up and everything. But he was in the back of a Deliveroo box. Right, then there was a man with syringes and he was stabbing everybody with them. Like that.
That's you watching A&E, that is.
Well, I got stabbed in the leg, but most of the men got stabbed in the face, which wasn't nice. Anyway, then we went back to Robbie. He was now the groom, and he wanted to see his bride, and she was staying in a tower block across the road, like you do.
Yeah.
And he, we were all like shouting up because he wanted to like say goodnight to his bride. So we were like, oh, anyway. Then the next day, Max and Julie and I were at college. This is a one dream. I don't know what we were studying, but we had to sniff wood from a big drawer.
But you go to those museums, they do things like that.
Yes,
don't
the
they?
cider museum gets you to sniff the apples, doesn't it? Anyway,
yes.
and then we went swimming, and we had swimming costumes with legs in them.
Okay.
I don't mean our legs. I mean
you mean like a diver's costume, or
yeah,
you mean legs or cloth legs?
Cloth legs.
As in like leggings, or you've got someone else's legs inside these.
No, not someone else's legs. No,
Yeah.
it was like leggings, but only to our knees.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that was a very long and involved night.
It was, wasn't it? It sounds exhausting.
There was the wedding, there was the fighting, there was shouting up at the tower block, there was the wood sniffing.
Right. We're going to have to swap sides.
Oh, are we?
Because my neck is hurting me.
Okay.
Save me looking left.
Bear with. And I'll tell you the really quick one as well. Shove my boobs just completely into camera. Oh, thank you. It's nice and warm.
Some of you may remember, but I don't know. But it's I've got this thing that constantly keeps coming back, and my neck keeps going in a spasm. And if I'm looking left, it does it, and because it's started then. So,
Right, no, we don't want that. And the really tiny one was there was a kitten, and they were lifting their paws up, and every time they lifted the paws up, they left a little puddle, like they were making little bloop, bloop.
Like making a noise.
No, but actually leaving little puddles at the end of their paws. It's very sweet. So, mind you, that could be related to the fact that we've had some unexpected puddles from
the kitten.
from Lottie lately. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
So I've had to move the litter tray back downstairs.
I keep to move it forward because I feel like I'm miles away. It's this little camera. You think we are literally about a foot away, but it looks like we're metres away.
Yeah, we're not right here.
So, that would mean about 6 inches away,
Yeah.
and this feels like I'm metres away. Anyway, sorry to scare you there.
Yeah, so that's my dreams.
Yeah, we've got a Christmas meal coming up next week.
Oh, we have.
It's going to be a busy week next week because obviously tomorrow's your results, then we go home. Tuesday, I can't remember what's happening. Tuesday is dentist, Dan comes back at the dentist. Wednesday we've both got frotties. For the ladies, that's a smear. We've both got them on the same day.
So much nicer in
when
French.
you say frotty. Then Thursday is our Chair Fit meal, Christmas meal. Friday, I've finally getting an operation done on my little blistery thing under my mastectomy side. And in the evening, we're going to a gospel concert.
Of course we are. I'm looking forward to that.
See, there's so much going on.
And then
It's
I've only
that time
got
of year
the
again.
weekend, and then I'm off to England again on Monday.
Yeah, then you're back off again to UK. Yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, so that's what's coming up. So if I don't get to do another podcast for, then you know what we're up to. But hopefully we will. But because Sharon going away and so much going on, we don't necessarily get the time. But we shall see. Anyway, because I'm not at home, I couldn't pick up my nosy jug. Well, I could have done, but I forgot. So I've found some questions on here I thought would be quite amusing. I'm going to skip ones I know we've touched on before. What was the make and model of your first car?
Oh, first one I owned.
Mm.
Oh gosh. Is that the one I turned upside down?
I don't know if that was your first, couldn't tell you. I wasn't there.
No. I think it was.
And what was it?
It was.
Literally, what was it?
Before it was crushed. It was a Citroen AX which was quite a nice car because at the time, Mac and I both worked for Lewisham Council, and they had lease car options if you were out and about as part of your job.
Oh,
so
right.
we both had lease cars for a while. So it was quite, brand new car that I managed to turn upside down.
Was linked with work.
With work, yeah. So that was quite cool for a while. Except I turned it upside down.
Mine was a little Ford Escort.
Oh, see, I was a late
Yes, I think it
passer.
was. No, my dad helped me buy, I think it was a Roval or something like that.
They're quite big
But then I
ones.
did have the little Ford Escort otherwise, and that got stolen. And because we lived in Thamesmead at the time, and it was stolen from there. And next thing we know, we got a phone call from the police saying they got it, and we went to get it, and they'd cheekily thrown all my exciting tapes that were in the car, including my Gilbert, forgot what it's called now. What's it in Sullivan?
Gilbert and Sullivan.
Is it Gilbert and Sullivan? Why does it sound wrong?
Gilbert and Sullivan is like operetta.
No.
Is it Gilbert O'Sullivan?
No. It's with Al Summit and Paul Simon. Simon and Garfunkel.
Did you get to Gilbert?
The Garfunkel becoming the G, you see, that's where my brain was going.
Right.
Anyway, yeah, so
Simon and Gilbert.
So including that, they got rid of that, but they did actually, in the time they had it, install big fat tyres. So my little Ford Escort had big tyres on it. That was handy.
Pimped it up.
Yeah, well, that's what the police said to me. Hey, you're lucky they pimped it up for you. Yeah.
See, I was a late passer of the driving test. I was 28.
Oh, I was 30 something.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you were late as well.
Yeah.
I was pregnant with Callum, and I eventually passed.
And what year did you
full-time.
pass?
1990, that would have been.
All right, I was 1980, but
That
yeah.
can't be. If you were how old? How
Well,
old?
well, I don't know, you got me doing maths now, but Alan, all I know is Alan was about 18 months, 2 years old.
Right, so how old are you?
What now? You just want me to tell everybody again, don't you?
No, I was just thinking if I was 28 and you were how old?
Well, I thought I was in my 30s, maybe not, I don't know.
Well, it can't be because that's our age gap, isn't it? Then it would have been.
Oh,
round about the
no,
same
because
year.
I had April when I was 30 something. So yeah, it might have been.
Yeah, late
I
20s.
don't remember being that age. Isn't it funny? Anyway, yeah.
Anyway.
So that was that.
Yeah.
This was. Do you currently live in the same place you were born?
Definitely
No,
not.
Definitely not.
But I will say that I didn't move around before I.
No, you was in Plumstead a
I was
lot,
in
wasn't
Plumstead. I think I was in my mid-50s, and I'd only spent about 2 years out of Plumstead at that stage.
you? Yeah, funny, isn't it?
Yeah, because I lived there all my childhood, and then I had like a year away, first year of uni, and then I came home and did the rest from home. And then I lived in Greenwich for a little while, in Forest Hill, when Keith and I first split up. But when Mac and I we bought back in Plumstead, so yeah, really wasn't away much at all.
Almost a nomad.
Yeah.
What grade in school did you think was most difficult, and what was your favourite? I can personally say I haven't got a favourite when it comes to school at all.
Didn't like school.
Well, I didn't like being at home because I used to get so bored. But at school, because I was quite quiet, really, sometimes I'd get picked on. You feeling sorry for me yet?
Yeah, I am.
I used to get a bit picked on, and
How dare they?
and I'm one of those kids where if you were talking in class, or they were talking in class, I'd be the one that would get picked on and I'd stay behind, whereas the others all got away with it. That sort of situation. And I remember Mr. Pigeon, his name was, kept me behind class once, yeah. But that was in secondary. I remember getting told off in primary school, but I can't remember why.
See, I enjoyed school.
I know I got a ruler across my knuckles or across my palm. I can't remember which way round. My arm. My hand and my arm, that was harm.
I thought it was your palm, my hand and your palm.
Well, both, yeah.
A harm and a palm. Yeah, I liked school. Yeah, I liked primary school. I think because I was clever. And then, of course, because I went to grammar school, you get to grammar school and everyone's as clever, if not cleverer than you, so you realise you're not that unusual.
Yeah, see, I didn't get to grammar school, only just secondary, that was it.
I don't know, I would say sixth form was my favourite, which these days would be what year? Is it 11?
It's slightly more relaxed at sixth form. I don't know what it's called in America. I don't know what they call it.
Probably college by then, so it would have been when you were 16 to 18, wouldn't it?
Right.
That's when I made my very good friends. I mean, we'd known each other since we were 11. We were in the same classes, but it was when we were all in sixth form together that we bonded as a four.
Yeah.
And you know, the three of us that are still alive, we're still good friends.
So,
yeah.
What is your favourite place in the world?
Oh, favourite place in the world. That's really difficult, isn't it? Because there's places for different reasons, I suppose, isn't there?
I think we probably touched on that in another one a while back, because it was places we want to visit, wasn't it, as well? And
yes.
Or would you return to?
Yes. When I think of my happy place, I think of a beach in La Tranche, where we used to go on holiday.
Yeah, you've said that before, yeah.
Just because you feel warm and the beach, the waves are crashing, and French beaches are not crowded, are they, even in the middle of summer? It's not like you see beaches in Spain and places like that where
that's right.
Struggling to find somewhere to sit
I see
down.
a programme the other day on Benidorm where it's just so touristy, and I thought I could never be there when it's like that.
No, so that's always one of my happy places. Yeah, France. I mean, my little house now is one of my happy places.
Yeah, same here. I just don't think I've got most places I visit I like, so it's...
Yeah.
The world is lovely, really.
And holidays are special for different things, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like our Italy trip was...
exactly.
Brilliant,
That was because we saw so much.
And it was...
And
I
haven't even touched the wine yet.
No, we're still in the fridge. Yeah, because it was the three of us and it was good fun. And yeah.
Oh, this is one for you.
You're all for me. Why am I?
If you're cooking for only you,
oh, for goodness'
what's
sake.
your favourite dish to make?
Beans on toast. Well, as everybody knows, not the greatest cook. Well, we were talking earlier on.
She just said she's not the greatest cook. She's trying to whisper it so you don't hear her.
Shame.
Yeah.
Do I like to cook for myself? Is putting something in the oven, is that cooking?
Oh, just so something you can just put in there and leave, yeah.
Well, I was talking about the salmon parmentier that I
yeah,
really
see,
like.
salmon is definitely one of my favourites.
And that's something it's not the cheapest thing. I pick it up in Peru, sort of our local big supermarket, and it's salmon in cream and stuff, the big potato-y, fluffy potato top.
Anything salmon-y is a winner to me.
Yeah, and it's lovely in the winter as well because it's, And
I think if I was cooking for myself, it would be, again, it'd probably be shoving it in the oven, but I'd just love a pizza. So that would be...
Like a pizza.
I've not made... Well, I have made my own. Pizza dough I've not made. I've bought a ready-made pizza base and done them, but I can't say I enjoyed that as much as others. I used to make pizzas with wraps.
Yes, that's a good idea.
And that, because it's so nice, I love a thin pizza, and I used to love that. And then all of a sudden Duncan announced that, so we're having that again. So we haven't had that for a while. And also bruschetta was another one I used to like, was because you could buy the bruschetta slices here. I don't ever remember seeing them in the UK.
No, I don't remember seeing them.
But then, so you got like an individual size
pizza.
I mean, it's just supposed to be cheese and tomato or whatever, but we used to use that, make them into pizzas. And I loved those, absolutely loved them. So
And I've done the same as you. I've had a pizza dough and then put stuff on top of it. I think I overload it. It's always soggy.
See, that's the thing. If I make it myself, I love to overload it, really. And even if I buy a pizza ready-made, sometimes I have to put more cheese on because they're never generous enough.
My
with the
favourite
cheese.
lunch is just a bit of French bread toasted and a couple of Jackie's eggs.
Really?
Egg on toast. It's one of my favourite
Yeah.
lunches.
I think I've said so many times, there's not much food I don't like, but
This is true.
this was, if I was making it myself, yeah, it would.
Mm.
Anyway, on that note, before we go
Sharon bonkers.
totally bonkers, we will see you in the next video. In fact, I might shorten this or I might split it in two so that there'll be what should I say? An intro to the part 2.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.